For section 5, we're going to talk about how Brian Setzer would probably play a rockabilly style blues. Here we go then. Okay, let's start. This is a 12-bar blues in the key of A, and I've played 3 choruses, so let's take each lick from each chorus and break them down. The first lick sounded like this. And that's in the 5th position. Very simply, you're going to play C and slide up to C sharp on the 3rd string, and then E, F sharp on the 2nd string, and then A on the 1st. 3 times, and then play F sharp to A. Now we continue. We're going to play the same lick again, but we're going to descend now. G, F sharp, E, B, A, G, F sharp, E, and then hammer on from C to C sharp again, and then E to A, back to G, F sharp, E. And that sounds slowly like this. 1, 2, 3. The next lick is going to be C at the 3rd string, 5th fret, and then pull off from A to G on the 4th string and down to E on the 5th string. Now check out my right hand. Middle finger, and then pull off, and then again pick. And you do that like 4 times. Slowly. 3, 4. And the next lick, 3, 4, is going to be played still in the 5th position. Play chromatically on the 5th string from D to E, and then G on the 4th string, and then chromatically from E to D. And just keep looping that. Slowly, 4, and. And then you go to the next lick. And this one's also in the 5th position. You're going to start on the 3rd string on D and hammer on to D sharp, and then play E on the 2nd string, and then loop that back and forth 6 times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then go back to the D sharp and do a quick triplet pull off from D sharp to D to C. And then A twice. And the rhythm of that is this. A 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the last part which is going to be on strings 2 and 3. You have E and G, then you have D and F sharp, then C sharp and E. And notice I'm playing the C natural and hammering onto the C sharp. Just a little nuance. And that's the first chorus. Let's go back and play the entire first chorus again at a reduced tempo. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3. Let's go on to the second chorus. Here's the first lick of the second chorus. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to start with an A triad in the 5th position, A, C sharp, E. And then go from C sharp to D on the 3rd string, and then F sharp, and then D sharp on the 3rd string, back to F sharp on the 2nd. Now notice my left hand fingerings here. I slide 2 to 3, and then I go 1 to 2. Then I'm going to go back to the 5th position and the next part. So I'm going to play E, hammer on to F sharp and back to E, then D, back to E, then slide into C sharp, then A to G. Okay? And now let's do that whole thing at a reduced tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. The next lick, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's our rock and roll lick again. We're going to bar across the 5th fret, top 2 strings. Against that, we're going to bend the D up to E. And then play the top 2 strings 4 times. Then do a pre-bend up to E from the D, hit it and release it back down to its original pitch, then down to C, and then down to A. Now let's play that lick slowly. A 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. And the next lick is going to be also in the 5th position. Bar across the top 2 strings. Play them. Then bar across the 7th fret, strings 3 and 2. And then the 5th fret, strings 3 and 2. And hammer on to the C sharp from the C. And do that twice. Now we're up to the 5 chord. And the 5 chord sounds like this. A 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so for this one, we're going to start up here in the 12th position on strings 2 and 3 and go down from G sharp to B to a whole step down to F sharp and A, then down to E and G sharp, half a step down, another half a step down, another half a step down, another half a step down. So 1, 2, 3, 4. When you get to the last half step down, which is C and E, you play C, A, C, A. And then it's going to be a bend at the 7th fret of strings 3 and 2. You can do it with your 3rd finger. Release the bend, then the 1st finger, strings 3 and 2, then A, G, A, then what I call the Jimi Hendrix chord, or E7 sharp 9. And if you don't know that chord, here's how it's played. E on the 5th string, G sharp on the 4th, D on the 3rd, and G with your pinky on the 2nd. Now let's play that chorus intact at a slow tempo. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. E4, 1, 4. And now the third, and perhaps the jazziest of these 3 choruses, the first lick sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which I must admit is pretty clever. So you're going to be over here in the 9th position. You're going to play C sharp, A, and F sharp on the top 3 strings. And then hammer on from E to F natural on the 3rd string. And then G sharp, B, D. So it's actually going from F sharp minor or A to E7 flat 9. You don't have to know that. And then you go, you're already on D, so you just pull off to C sharp and you play C sharp, A, E, and A triad. C sharp on the 1st string, A on the 2nd, E on the 3rd, and then move your 1st finger down from D sharp to D. And then F on the 3rd string, G sharp on the 2nd, B on the 1st. Then when you're on B, slide down to A on the 1st, and then play A, E, C sharp, A. Then slide up a half step to B flat, hammer on from C sharp to D, F, then slide back down to E, C sharp, A, G sharp, G. Now let's do that whole lick super slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Now you move down to the 2nd position. And you're going to play F sharp on the 4th string, A, B, A, bend the B up to C natural, down to A, B, back to A, and do that again. then a second time end on a B and don't play the last A. Let's take that very slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. The next lick moves back up here to the 5th position. So what I'm going to do is play A with my second finger on the high string, and then play E flat on the second string with my first finger and slide up to E. And then do that 3 times. And then just go back to E and stay there. And then, so I'm going to go to the 5th position, bend the B up to C, release it back down to B, and then play A. And then slide on the second string up to A. It's a nice lick. Now let's play that intact. A 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the last lick. Starts in the 9th position. I'm going to play chromatically from C sharp up to E on the high string. And then go back to D. And then do a pull off from E to D to C sharp. And then A on the second string, F sharp. And then I depart the 9th position, I go up to the 5th position. And I do that rock and roll lick again, which is barred at the 5th fret, top 2 strings, and bend the D up to E against it, and then play the 2 notes. Okay? Three times. Then I set the pre-bend up to E, release it back down to D, C natural, and then A. And then one of the things Brian does is he takes an A13 chord. Now, that's kind of tricky. You're going to bar across the top 4 strings at the 5th fret. And to that, you're going to add C sharp with your second finger on the 3rd string, and F sharp with your 3rd finger on the 2nd string. And that's a nice big jazz chord. And you slide into it from a half step below. Bop, slide, bop, slide. Now let's play that entire chorus slowly. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that concludes this DVD. Thanks for stopping by, and be sure and have fun with it.